post on TV okwogera ku bintu ebyendawulo bamaliriza banonga bona mbiba mbaire yero olako ye mwina atujje yetujja twagana neyo, and I can inform you comfortably that the two have left. They are out of the premises. We hope Mr. Mirundi will keep our girl safe till next Thursday when we have another one. But we want to join the world to celebrate the International Women's Day and ask everyone, wherever you are, to respect the work that women do, and above all, to support them wherever they need support and whenever they need support. Because we are what we are because women are. They make us, they give us peace, they give us all this. But I did promise you that we'll have a different talk about education now. I have seen many people who have suffered at the hands of fraudsters. When you want to go and have your education abroad, especially postgraduate education abroad, and then you land into the hands of fraudsters who don't take you anywhere. Today I have a special team of people responsible for this. I have a whole consultant, Robert Wagubi, an education placement consultant, who will advise you on if you want to go and do your studies abroad, where do you go? How is it done? And you'll just not be told, but you'll be able to visit them tomorrow, have a one-on-one with many of the other consultants available for this fair. And I'm glad to have my brother, Jim Whiteway. Welcome to Uganda. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm thrilled to be back in Uganda after the 3-year absence that COVID kept us away. I'm excited about meeting new students that are interested in broadening their academic history and their experiences worldwide. And I'm pleased to be back in the comfort of Robert because he's been my trusted partner here in Uganda for almost 10 years now. So I know I'm in good hands when my students are coming to me from Robert's company.
You have been to Uganda before?
Many times.
That's very good. And I love the statement, your most trusted partner. One thing we have had everything done. We have the tall buildings, the arcades, the plazas, the everything. One thing lacking in our human race today is trust. I feel glad when you say Robert is your trusted partner. Just to understand, how is it done? How do I join an education institution in Canada, and why do I need you in this?
How do you join an education institute in Canada? Well, first of all, I think you have to find the institution and the program that is the fit. The thing that Canada really offers students from around the world is the opportunity to make choices. Perhaps in some systems, students decide that they're going to study commerce in high school, and that restricts them from other occupations and other opportunities. But in Canada, we can work with those students. We can provide opportunities and pathways that will assist them in achieving higher standings. What a student needs to do, I think what's critically important, is the student needs to seek out a professional that can be trusted. Because, like you say, there are many people in this multi-billion-dollar industry of international education who are making money on the backs of the students and their families. So having the right advice and having the right consultation, having guidance, and understanding that in Canada we have laws when it comes to discussing international education with students and the rights and responsibilities of the students in terms of immigration to Canada, that person must be licensed. And there's too many people that are representing our schools and our country who aren't licensed for those activities and are giving improper information. We think that by working closely together, by having a voice and a partner on the ground in the country, that we can solve those problems.
Jim, why do you think I should cross through my continent, Africa, and come to Canada for education? Are you saying that our education here is not sufficient for us to deal with our society problems?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that the Ugandan education is such that students can come. They have the freedom to choose to be educated in other countries as well. I think what's important is our generation is changing. Obviously, I'm of an older generation, but when I look at the young people, they need to be competitive globally. They need to understand, it's not about taking global business management in my home country and then becoming a global business management expert. why not get to that point where you can study in another country and perhaps have work experience and then bring that home? Bring those new ideas or fresh ways of thinking. And I would never suggest that Canadian education is better or superior to anyone in the world. I know our education system is world class. I know that a student who comes to Canada is guaranteed a world-class education. But it's what they do with it that really matters. So that's what we're here about, is to talk to students about going abroad, gaining experience, considering new ways of thinking, new ways of solutions to problems, and bringing that home to add to the mix, to make it more challenging for the government of the day to stay in a status quo situation.
In this case, are we talking about education that I fund myself, I'm self-sponsored, or you are talking about education that those governments, Australia and the other governments sponsor or give us? What type of education are you talking about? Do I pay for myself, or you have opportunities where those governments will pay for us?
In many countries, we would see both types of students who are sponsored not only by government, but perhaps even private business. Mm-hmm. A local business here lacking someone with a skill set that maybe isn't available here, or maybe they know that technology is different or approach is different in Western society. That employer may elect to sponsor their students as well. For the most part, though, the students we are dealing with, the money is coming from their families.
Since you say you've been here several times, just tell me about the experience you have found when our students leave here to come and study in those international institutions. How do they perform? Do they catch up easily? How easy is it?
It's even more impressive than just catching up. We currently have 49 students from Uganda on campus, and when I arrived here earlier this week, we received a phone call that our student elections had just been completed. We have 4,000 students at the college, 2,000 of which are international students. And the new president of the International Students' Council is from Uganda.
Oh, wonderful.
He's from here in Kampala. He's only been in Canada for 1 year. So he's not catching up, he's taking over.
Thank you. Robert,